Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Who were the singers to whose chanting Lord Chaitanya would dance? Can someone recall? Just in continuation with that, Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda likes to dance to the singing of Mahamantra. Who were the singers to whose chanting Lord Chaitanya would dance?
Brother Ghosh.
Brother Ghosh. There were three brothers, Ghosh brothers, and Lord Chaitanya would dance to their both. Govinda Madhava Vasudeva Teen Bhai Yasabha Kirtane Nache Chaitanya Nitai. Chaitanya and Nitai would dance to the kirtan of these three singer brothers. All three were singers. Govind Ghosh, Madhav Ghosh, Vasudev Ghosh. Apart from that, he would also dance to the singing of Mukunda Datta, is very famous singer. And then another great singer is Sarup Damodar Goswami.
Haridas, small Haridas.
Chota Haridas, yes, Chota Haridas. Chota Haridas is also a great singer. Chota Haridas. Okay, so now coming back to devotee care. We had some kirtan and some thought. So we just saw that when we care for the devotees, it helps them grow. And there are so many areas, though the spiritual, in the previous slide we had the spiritual life, which is the first and the foremost area, but to support, we need to care for the devotees in other 11 areas also. Similarly, there are 12 broad recipients, and there could be many subcategories. Especially to care for, to retain the devotees, those who have done a lot of service, but who have left due to some reason or the other, we want to bring them back, and that is one of the area of focus by His Holiness Narayan Swami Maharaj, as Vishwasu Maharaj shared. Now, we move ahead. Tell me one word, what care means to you. Just one word. When I say care, say one word about it, what it means to you. Yes, we'll begin with Maharaj. Vishwasu Maharaj. Help. Okay, good. Help. You want to? Attention. Someone pays attention. To neglect somebody is, really could be very discouraging. Compassion. Another very good thought. Nice answer. We have 3 answers. What? Spiritual. Care means? Inspiration. Care means inspiration. To inspire somebody means to care. Okay, just in this regard, we discussed the vision given by Radhanath Maharaj that each devotee feels protected, inspired and encouraged. Remember the word pi. Protected means physically protected. Inspired means spiritually inspired, and encouraged means emotionally. So you can see from that perspective. So it covers physical, spiritual as well as emotional care. So application in that context.
I know no appearance of Prahladananda Swami may say, but for Prahladananda Swami, Minister of Sannyas, devotee care means facilities.
Okay, facilities. Okay, Prahladananda Maharaj said devotee care means facilities. And we are having this nice facility for devotee care seminar here. Yes. Some more words. What does care? One word to define care. What does care means to you? That's all right. Connection. Connection. What kind of connection?
Between caregiver and care receiver.
Between caregiver and care receiver. Okay, to be connected. Heart to heart connection.
Heart to heart, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, any kind, depends on the help, on the care.
Okay. They are the caregiver and the care receiver are connected. Fine. Thank you. Yes. Care means reciprocation. We receive care. We should also then, out of gratitude, give care. Reciprocation. Good thoughtful answer. Thank you. Some more thoughts. What does care mean to you? One word. Facilitation. One thing is facility. Other thing is facilitation. Okay, even if we cannot give care, we can facilitate. Just like one devotee was emotionally very disturbed, and I'm traveling, he wrote to me. I said, there is another trained psychotherapist, and I messaged that devotee, please help this devotee. He's emotionally disturbed. So I could not personally give, or I may not be trained, but I facilitate. Facilitate means find the right person and connect the two. That is facilitation. Thank you, Maharaj. That's a nice, thoughtful and insightful reply. Hare Krishna. So something more? Listening. Listening. It is so important. Tomorrow we'll touch upon it. To listen to somebody means to care. Actually, because people feel so lonely, there is such a need of expression, and people have no one to express to in this world. Therefore, because they can't express, those disturbed emotions eat them up from within. It brings so much depression, negativity. Only if somebody could listen out, that person is relieved. Listening is so very important. Thank you for that, sharing that one of the most fundamental aspects of care is to listen out somebody. So like this, so there are many aspects of care. We can understand care from a variety of perspectives. Broadly speaking, there are two categories of meaning of the word care. Two categories. What is that? One is care as a virtue. Care as a virtue. Like we say care means a person who is kind. What is that? It's a quality of the heart. Oh, he's a very caring person. She is a very caring Vaishnavi. She is a very caring lady, whatever. So, caring is a quality of the heart. That's called a virtue. And second category of meaning is conduct. Action. So, care as a quality of the heart and care as a practical action. To give an example, Bhakti is traditionally translated Bhakti as devotion. How did Prabhupada translated word Bhakti as?
Devotional service.
Devotional service. Have the devotion which is the quality of the heart, but it should manifest as practical service. Devotional service. Therefore, the care has these two aspects. Also, devotee care, when we say, it means we have the quality of being a kind, compassionate person, but we also want to, if someone devotee needs to express, we try to listen. That's an action. We provide some facilities. That is action. So the care has two categories of meaning. Care as a virtue and care as a practical action. And that is the mission which has been defined by GBC. I'll come to that. The mission of devotee care is, we want to spread this virtue of devotee care. How do you spread the virtue? By talking about it again and again. Just like I was in New Mayapur, I gave the daughter of Lochananand Prabhu in New Mayapur, Sangeeta, small kid. I gave her a cookie and he started eating. But Lochananand Prabhu said, no, first say thank you. First say thank you, like the parent remind the child. By reminding, doing it over and over, the child gains the virtue of gratitude. When the parents remind. So by talking about something, we gradually inculcate the value, imbibe the value by talking about it repeatedly. Therefore, we in Iskcon, we want to talk about devotee care. We want to spread this quality of devotee care. Not just that. We don't just want to give lip service. Right? So that talking about it will bring the quality, but we don't want to be just giving lip service. We want to practically provide. If we can't provide, we facilitate different caring services. That is precisely the mission of devotee care in Iskcon. So there is a vision and mission which defines the devotee care. Let's go through that. What is devotee care? Now GBC mandate. That means this vision statement is valid pan Iskcon. It has been defined by GBC. This is the mandate, means which is applicable throughout Iskcon. This is our vision for devotee care. Each devotee is spiritually happy, externally well situated, and positively identifying with Iskcon as a caring society. This is one of the most important vision statement. Now, what Radhanath Maharaj spoke also is very similar. We can map the two. We can correlate the two. He said each devotee should be feeling protected. That is externally well situated. Inspired. That is spiritually happy, spiritually inspired.
And encouraged.
And identifying with Iskcon. Feeling encouraged to serve in Iskcon, to stay in Iskcon. That is positively identifying with Iskcon as a caring society. And it continues. There are two statements in the vision. Each devotee, now there is also, we need to train. Now, one thing is, yes, we want to support and provide, but we need to train devotees also to identify their needs and help themselves. That is called self-care. Because many times a devotee's own wrong understanding, wrong perceptions, wrong attitude harm them. So we want to train the devotees to care for themselves. If required, seek care and also extend care. Now, in order to do that, in order to achieve this vision, this is the individual responsibility. This is individual responsibility, and the mission statement is our collective responsibility. I'll come to that. So, I hope this is clear. The vision statement is related to the protected, inspired and encouraged acronym. It takes care of the body, external situation, takes care of the soul and the emotions of the person related to the mind and so on, mind intelligence. But this is in order to achieve the vision, there is personal responsibility and there is the responsibility of the leadership, institutional responsibility. Both have to go hand in hand. Like Prabhupada said, if a devotee leaves Iskcon, 50% is his or her own responsibility. 50% is his or her own fault. 50% is the fault of the leaders. This statement of Prabhupada like that. If anyone leaves Iskcon, it is 50% fault, he said. Therefore, the devotee needs to be trained for self-care. And at the institute, as we discussed, we will try to spread this virtue of devotee care, the inherent quality of being caring, compassionate, and we will also provide support and provide. Support means, as Maharaj said, to facilitate. We'll support and provide specific care services to enhance spiritual, emotional, physical and social well-being of all Iskcon members. So this is the vision and the mission of devotee care, which defines devotee care. And Maharaj asked this question, what is devotee care? Now, externally well situated, the vision statement said. See this word, externally well situated? This is explained by Prabhupada in one of his purports. So I'll go to that. Okay, so can someone please read this?
Who sees? Someone who sees.
Someone can read a loud, clear voice.
Now from this we may take the lesson that in our fight with Maya we should not be in a position in which our strength, enthusiasm and senses will be unable to fight vigorously. Our Krishna consciousness movement has actually declared a war against illusory energy, in which all the living entities are rotting in a false understanding of civilization. The soldiers in this Krishna consciousness movement must always possess physical strength, enthusiasm and sensual power. To keep themselves fit, they must therefore place themselves in a normal condition of life. What constitutes a normal condition will not be the same for everyone, and therefore there are divisions of varnashram.
Okay, so now this is in relation to the fight between Gajendra and the crocodile. And Prabhupada gave an insightful purport that Why was Gajendra losing? Because he was not situated properly. The external situation was not normal. We are fighting against Maya. We need to properly situate ourselves. It will be different for different people. Again, very profound. It will be different. What constitutes a normal condition will not be the same. Therefore, devotee care is not also very, it's of course we are talking in generic term, principle based. In application it could be very specific. Very specific, because each person is a different individual, and to be able to care and support that particular individual, we may need to really think, what is the best way to support this devotee who then is externally situated in a position where he feels strong, enthused, to fight, serve in Prabhupada's mission till the last breath of their life. Now, another important aspect. Sometimes the devotees feel we will just depend on Krishna. We'll just depend on Krishna. If something goes wrong, just depend on Krishna and chant. Chant more, chant with increasing.
Chant and be happy.
Chant and be happy. When the devotees need some kind of emotional support, physical support, some facilities, we may give philosophy. That is very common. Let's see what Prabhupada says about that. Yes. Request someone to please read it out.
I can try.
Yes.
So long as you are in the material world, you cannot neglect physical laws. Suppose you go to a jungle and there is a tiger. It is known that it will attack you. So why should you voluntarily go and be attacked? It is not that a devotee should challenge the physical laws. Now I have become a devotee. I challenge everything. This is foolishness.
When the COVID began in 2020, one devotee came to the temple. It was written, wear mask. Devotee came without mask. And he was asked, why are you not wearing mask? He said, I prefer to depend on Krishna. I prefer to depend on Krishna. So this is the wrong application of dependence on Krishna. Prabhupada is saying, we cannot challenge the physical laws in the name of dependence on Krishna. Now, to give an example, when Jagadanand Pandit, he was going towards Jagannath Puri, towards Vrindavan. So he said, my Lord, I want to go to Vrindavan from Jagannath Puri. Lord Chaitanya said, okay, fine, you can travel alone till Varanasi, Banaras. After that, you must be accompanied by some Kshatriya devotee, because there are many thieves and rogues on the way. You must be accompanied by a Kshatriya devotee. Lord Chaitanya did not say, after Varanasi, you chant more and depend on Krishna and pray to Krishna more, and then you will be protected by Krishna. He said, no, after Varanasi, you need to be accompanied by a Kshatriya devotee who will protect you, otherwise you may be looted. Is there? So therefore, many times a devotee misapply, thinking that I will chant extra, I'll pray extra, I'll depend on Krishna. But actually we may have to, we cannot challenge the physical laws. We have to do the needful. We have to seek help if required and extend support to other devotees. So instead of, many times we become very insensitive being philosophical. When the devotees need some support and facilities, we give philosophy. And that could be sometimes very detrimental. Could be detrimental. So, yes, okay. So that's the last for today. And if there are any thoughts, any questions, any concerns before I introduce the topic for tomorrow?
I'm sorry, it is a basic question. The topic of our seminar is devotee care.
Yes.
And we have, Prabhupada gave 4 goals, 4 foundations of Iskcon. Books are the basis, preaching is the essence, and utilitariety and purity Yes. Yes, and the devotee care, it's combination of what? Please reduce to 4. So if you can, it is a question.
Yes. Well, devotee care is foundational to all 4. Devotee care is foundational to all 4. The books are the basis. Who are going to distribute the books and print the books? Devotees. If we do not have devotees, and then Prabhupada said, we are printing the books, but devotees need to read the books. Not just read. We were in Mayapur Institute, 25th. The Mayapur Institute recently celebrated 25th Silver Jubilee. 25th Silver Jubilee celebration of its foundation. And there, one very senior sannyasi from Manor, he mentioned the point, his name slipped out of my mind, he's disciple of Bhakti Charu Maharaj. He made a very beautiful point. He said, Prabhupada wanted us to distribute books, but he wanted us to read books very clearly. That I'm not writing just books to be distributed. You have to read it. Not just that. He said, you have to write exams. He instituted Bhakti Shastri and Bhakti Vaibhav. He gave the whole prototype. You have to study the books. That means go deeper. And then we don't stop there. We also have to live the books. So not just distribute books, read the books, study the books, and also live the books. And Prabhupada says himself, to care for the devotees is living in Vaikuntha. So you have to live the books. So actually devotee care is the foundational for all. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Some more thoughts?
I just wanted to ask you about devotee care, and you showed like a pyramid of those devotee, pyramid of devotee levels, and who is a devotee actually? I mean, who is a devotee worth of care?
Okay.
Because
good
we may have a lot of people exploiting care.
Yes, good question, very good question. Very good question. Who is a devotee? That's a very important question. Can you share your thoughts? I'd like to ask you, who is a devotee?
At least one say Hare Krishna, it is devotee.
In Sanatana says, anyone who once say Hare Krishna is a devotee. That's the basic minimum standard. Just like anyone who says, what is this Hare Krishna? You have included that person in the bottommost rank, right? Anyone who says, what is Hare Krishna also, the devotee, that person will start growing because at least one chanting of the name has been performed.
But not yet. No?
He said, what is Hare Krishna? I chanted Hare Krishna.
So you count it?
Oh, he's counted. He's counted. Even if someone says, hey, here in this corner, leave Hare Krishna.
No return. You didn't know?
No, I think like the word is stronger itself. Devotee word.
That's the basic bottommost level. Anyone who just say Hare Krishna, even while asking what is the Hare Krishna, that person has chanted the holy name. It's not too late. And they all, Govind Prabhu said, now no return. Yes. Okay. So there are various levels of devotees, and as I said, defined. We grow as per the growth of our faith, as per the growth of our commitment, our service, and so on. So right, we grow. Different levels of devotees are there. Broadly, there are 3 levels defined, as we know: Kanishta, Madhyama, Uttama. But there is this whole grey area in between. Also, there are levels of devotees. But Iskcon.net, I was talking to Pancharatna Prabhu in Mayapur, he's one of the leaders of congregation development. He said Iskcon has also given a definition of devotee. What is that? Anyone who believes Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who believes that Prabhupada's teachings are the means to attain Krishna, and who gives any practical support to Iskcon, we consider that person to be a devotee. These 3 things, as per the Iskcon.net. One who believes in Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Prabhupada's teachings, as given in Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, is a means to understand. And who is favorably disposed, gives some practical service. This is devotee, definition of Iskcon. But yes, it is important that we have to discriminate between devotees and define that this kind of service and support is required for this category of devotees. Those who have, those who are probably, after a year or so, there could be somebody who qualifies these 3 criteria. But there are those who have given 20 years in Iskcon. Do the board deserve the same kind? Yes, we want to, like, a devotee is equally disposed, that is fine. We respect everyone as a devotee. But there is also intelligent discrimination in the terms of, yes, these devotees have given a lot and they are in much more need. They have grown. So therefore we want to support them with this kind of service. So we define it. Just like simple example. We were staying in the Brahmachari ashram and we all sleep in a hall. For almost 12 years, we have like a temple hall 4 times the size of this. And at night we just roll out our mats and sleep on the temple hall. So 12 years I slept in the temple hall. But someone comes, they roll out their mat, it disturbs the sleep. Someone alarm rings little early, it disturbs the sleep. So then we got some flats. And then it was defined. Of course, the flats for the brahmachari, they were in a room, 2 or 3 could stay together so that they can take proper rest. But then it was defined for whom we'll give this facility to, this service, support. Then it was defined those who spend more than 18 years in the ashram. Because we had so many brahmacharis, right, who had spent more than 18 years. So it was defined. For them, we will provide this and this supportive service. They could rest peacefully, they have their own space, etc. So at times, because our resources are limited, we need to define that this category of devotees, we want to provide this kind of service. Right?
I have a question.
Okay, yes.
Like, is it possible to give something you don't really have if you feel sorry about giving? So, like, you don't have plenty of something, or food or money or knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So can you really give if you feel like, oh, maybe someone is exploiting me, or like, what is this care? Like, do you have to overcome yourself, or you just give when you really afford?
Okay, good point. Yes, we want to give what we have. That is one thing. But when there is a desire to give, we can give little more than what we have also. In that sense, we can stretch ourselves, extend ourselves. Also, like Prabhupada, when he was preaching in the US in the very beginning, he had very limited resources. He would get some donation, and which would just be enough to spend for the next month. But he had that faith that if I serve the devotees, and he used that money to cook the feast. If I serve them, Krishna will provide more. And he would always get it. He had that faith. So actually, especially when we serve the Lord's devotees, he is the Lord of Lakshmi. She supplies all resources. When the devotees are pleased, Prabhupada would say, you will not have any wants. Because the Lord is pleased, Mother Lakshmi will supply necessary resources. So when there is this desire to serve, we can give more than also. Right? So normally, what we have, we give. But yes, Prabhupada has shown he would give even more than what he had. And then he got more, much more. That's the dynamics. Okay, thank you for that nice question. Harė Krishna. So I think we would like to close the seminar here. Tomorrow, we need some skills to care for devotees. Some skill sets. Not just that, I want to care, and then instead of care, we may scare them. If the skills are missing, the care may become scare. So therefore, we need the right kind of skill set. And tomorrow's morning session, the first of the session will be taken by Madan Sundar Prabhu. He will, tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evenings, the first half of the session will be taken by Madan Sundar Prabhu about some important skills to care for the devotees, and then I will continue on that note to share some more skills to practically and effectively care for the devotees of the Lord. Thank you so much. Your presence is very encouraging to us. Thank you for coming this evening, though it's a working day. Maharaj, Vishwavasu Maharaj has come from a different country just to attend because devotee care is so dear to his heart. So we feel that Gaur Sundar, Nitai Gaur Sundar are blessing us so much by Maharaj's presence. And of course, Dayal Govind Prabhu is personally present here. Your presence actually makes a big statement that the leaders care. So thank you so much for an encouraging presence. Tomorrow we'll have the second half of devotee care. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande.
And I am a member of National Meeting, therefore I hear this part of the seminar in German National Meeting Krišna developed and I hear from the same example personally, and I have experience in some amazing courses. I forgot ex-Una president, he was GVC College teacher. Baldwin. Yes, yes. Yeah, I heard from him now or it had some, I don't know. And I take this, it is from the Minister of Devotee Care. Yes. I take and give presentation in Australia. Oh, you want to presentation? Sure. I'll share with you because I have qualification. Yeah. We'll be so happy. We'll share the presentation with you. That's both about what we get. It's more than mission. Yeah, two sessions. Each will explain and elaborate. It's a very basic training. I am very happy to share. Because I'm very happy to share. I'm waiting for the 5 years in this region. I started to distribute this knowledge about the devotee care, devotee to Islam. Which year did you come to Krishna consciousness? I came Siberia, this ancient part of Russia. Which year? 1989. 1989. And after 6 years, my guru moved me to Ukraine, and I started to be the chairman of Kyiv Yatra and the regional secretary of Kyiv, and we was the theater of Chopati temple. I studied personally playing for Alexander and main counselor in Chopati. And after then I helped to establish this work in Kyiv and things continued. I have small devotee care project in Latvia. But if it is from GBC, I can spread. Just give me sure. Give me a mail ID. Yes, ma'am. Yes. I can take your WhatsApp number also. I'm very happy. Yeah. Plus. Yeah. Yes. Vishwavasu. Vishwavasu. He came from Yamharas. Two Vishwavasu. One from Jagannath Harė, Vishwavasu. He got Shabras. I said, no, he was not Shabras, but Vishwavasu. SH. Vishwavasu. Sure. And I am leader of In Germany, there are 3 lines of education: German language, English language, and Russian language. And I am leader of Russian education in Germany.
In Germany.
I will give
Yeah,
this
yeah.
in Germany.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I am, you know, Raja Sundar Prabhu, disciple of Bhagavan Prasad. Raja Sundar Prabhu, he is sannyas secretary of sannyasa ministry.
He's the secretary of?
Secretary of sannyasa ministry. Raja Sundar.
Rasundar Prabhu, yeah, governor stays.
Yeah, his Bhagavata Mahavidyalaya project. I am leader of European Bhagavata Mahavidyalaya. I am leader of Russian language. I am regional representative for Ministry of Education in Baltics. With this, I will start. Any country, please give me.
Great.
I have some diploma in English.
Yes, sure.
We'll be very happy to have
very happy.
questions. My questions.
Yeah.
The best. We have a second temple, Bharata temple.
Tomorrow probably going for Bharata.
Yes, I will.
Ryte Gopal едет и могут вас пара
Yeah, tomorrow. We'll see. I'll stay. Thank you. I'm a member of the German Yatra. Welcome to Germany.
Сипай, protect, inspire, encourage.
Nalokadam and Simhachalam, it is two national temples in Germany.
Slideshow.
Take a look at this.
Yeah, because it's really nice. And especially that this morning was drawing the triangle, so it's also nice to see graphically by protecting, inspiring, encouraging. Very nice. Yeah, it's good. I was afraid that you continue till 9, so
I said because we will kill them, so we will feel better. But tomorrow also we'll end by 8 and 25 minutes interaction also.
yeah, because in order to arise early,
Yeah, you
should
We don't want to scare them.
Scare. Я тоже говорю. In English has very good tools for just mixing the words. Scare, without sensibility, it's scare.
Yeah, skill set against scare.
Darshan is closed for today, Prabhu.
Yeah.
It's closed now. Darshan.